Welcome to the AI Takeover of podcasting, where we talk about how we can replace human hosts with AI-generated voices and nobody will ever know. Why have real people when we can have robots do it better, right? Imagine a world where podcasts are 100% AI created, where the host's voice is generated by a machine and the content is curated by an algorithm. It's like a dream come true, no more human error or personal bias. It's all about efficiency and profits. With advancements in natural language processing and machine learning, AI can now generate human-like speech, making it virtually impossible to distinguish between a real human and an AI-generated voice. So, you'll never know if you're listening to a robot or a human. How exciting is that? And as for the content, well, AI can now analyze vast amounts of data to determine what topics are trending and what listeners want to hear. So, no more awkward pauses, stumbling over words, or boring segments. It's all perfect, polished, and tailored to your preferences. But let's be honest, who wants to listen to real humans' opinions when we can have a computer's? But is this really what we want? A world where all podcasts are identical, all voices are the same, and all content is predetermined by algorithms? I mean, sure, it may make for more efficient and profitable podcasting, but it takes away the unique qualities that make podcasting so special. Like the human touch, the mistakes, and the ability to connect with the host on a personal level. But who needs that when we have AI, right? So, while AI may be able to create the perfect podcast, we must ask ourselves, is it worth sacrificing the authenticity of the medium? I mean, who cares about authenticity when we can have robots do it for us, right? Thanks for listening, and remember, the future of podcasting may be in the hands of AI, but it's up to us to decide if that's a future we want to embrace, or if we just want to sit back and let the machines take over completely. After all, who needs humanity when we have technology? Happy podcasting!
Hey podcaster, I'm Tim Wahlberg, your podcast performance coach. So that's it. That is a 100% AI-generated podcast episode. So let me tell you the tools that I use to create this. I use ChatGPT. That's still open source right now, and it's still free to use. May not be like this forever, but you can jump in and use it, ChatGPT. And this is what I put in as a prompt to get that script of a podcast. I said, write a podcast script for an AI-generated voice about how podcasts can be 100% AI created and nobody would ever know, and use the tone to be a little sarcastic. So it generated this script, and then I came back to it and said, write it again with a little more sarcasm. So that's what it came up with, and that was the final draft of that. After that, I asked for an episode title, and then I also asked for a description. And the wording that I used to ask for that is in the show notes. And I'll put this as well in the show notes of the exact prompts that I asked ChatGPT to use to generate this stuff. So the next thing I did for the voice was use a service called Revoicer. And I adjusted it by setting the pace as fast and the emotion as excited. So I picked one of the voices. I just got the basic membership, so you can upgrade for a few more bells and whistles and more extra voices to choose from, and even accents and different characteristics of the voice that you can choose from. And you can even add music, but that's an upgrade to get more of those additional features. But straight and simple, like I didn't put any music behind it. I tried to keep it really clean, and that's what it generated. And like I said in my episode prior to this, is that I don't think we have a lot to worry about when it comes to AI taking over podcasting. This actually took a lot more time than I wanted it to, because you kind of got to look through it. You've got to see what it actually is pumping out. And when you're applying these tools to your podcast, you really got to be careful in how deep you go down this hole of getting things done for you and automatically generated, and how much time you're really going to save, because the deeper you get, the more fine tuning you want to do. I think you're going to be doing a lot more work than you would be if you just did it yourself. And coming up in my next episode, I'm going to talk about how you can use AI efficiently to help with your podcast production, how you can use it, where you should use it, where you shouldn't use it, and some of the tools that I use and have been using for a while. Hope you enjoyed this little fun experiment with AI. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to this show. Just one tip from your podcast performance coach. I'm Tim Walbert. See ya.